What does a healthy family relationship look like? I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all over the world about parenting, good communication, how to build strong family bonds, child development, and education. And in this video, we're talking about healthy family relationships. In this video, we're going to define the traits that make a healthy family relationship and learn how you can develop healthy family relationships at your house. So let's define some of the traits that make good, healthy relationships. One of the first traits that make healthy relationships is personal ownership of your own thoughts and behavior. So what that means is we don't make excuses. We take personal responsibility for any of our thoughts, actions, behaviors that we have displayed or experienced instead of acting like somebody else made those things happen to us. It is true that a stimulus can happen from somebody else's behavior that can make you feel a certain thing. But after you feel that thing from that other person, you have a time, a split second where you get to make a thought and process on that stimulus feeling that you are experiencing. You get to define what's going on with that feeling and then decide if you're going to be optimistic, pessimistic, or solve a problem in relation to that feeling before you move to an emotional place. If you take the time to pause and think clearly in between the feeling or stimulus and your emotional response, you can protect yourself and your relationships. You can take full ownership for your thoughts and behaviors, and you can have better outcomes. If everyone did that, that would mean that everyone was practicing good self-government. This channel is called the Teaching Self-Government channel. That means everything here is about governing yourself, planning for yourself, watching for yourself, giving yourself feedback so that you can become a better version of yourself and ultimately be able to meet your goals when it comes to your relationships and your own personal self-government. Another trait for a good, healthy family relationship is mutual respect. Now, this trait is oftentimes misunderstood. Do you know that to respect a parent looks different than to respect a child? And that's because we have different roles. This book, Roles: The Secret to Family, Business, and Social Success, is one of my more popular books because it shows a family that's having a hard time with respect. Their relationships are struggling. Their productivity at their house is struggling too. But once they recognize what their roles are and how to fix their roles, then suddenly their respect improves. Respect means that you regard another person, that you revere them, and you honor their position or role in the family. If you don't understand the roles in your family, then you could end up experiencing dysfunction, you could feel misunderstood, you could have a lot more conflict just because you're not understanding or responding well to who each other really is. So if you want to have good relationships based upon respect, start with understanding the roles. Then, hopefully, the learners can be respected as learners and be taught. The teachers can be respected as teachers, and the learners will learn from them, as well as many other things that are associated with our roles. Another trait of a healthy relationship is having emotional safety in the relationship. What does that mean to have emotional safety? Well, first, that means that you can talk about your emotions. It's a safe place. It's an okay place to discuss what's going on inside your own head and what you might be feeling or experiencing in your emotions. But also, it's a place where we don't emotionally dump on each other. What type of emotional safety do you want? The type where people don't emotionally unload on each other all the time and create drama? Or the type of emotional safety where you can discuss emotions and any type of discussion is okay? Well, hopefully you want both, because you can have both. To have a truly emotionally safe environment, people do not emotionally vomit on each other. They pause. They focus on deep breathing. They get calm. Then they talk about what they are feeling and experiencing and share some of their emotions with each other. And then they help each other through it. And the people understand. They take the time to have those conversations. They don't try to shut each other down or make the environment one where nobody can ever feel or experience anything. People should know that it is okay to be human and have emotions, but they should also know that it's not okay to use our emotions to manipulate other people. And that's where people usually cross over a line. In our modern day, we've spent a lot of time and effort telling people having emotions is okay. And it is okay. Every person has them. But we've gone a little bit too far. We've missed the mark on emotions. And we've made it so that dumping emotions on other people, yelling at others, being aggressive, emotionally attacking, emotionally isolating, or manipulating other people has now become, this is my true self. This is my true expression. That is an excuse for bad behavior and putting other people in emotional bondage while you are maintaining your own emotional bondage at the same time. If we want to have emotional freedom in our family and to feel emotionally safe with each other, then we've got to have an emphasis put on calmness. When a person understands calmness, what it feels like when they're calm and they know the steps for how to get calm when they are having a problem, then that person can choose calmness and prepare themselves to be emotionally safe. In my book, The Power of Calm, I go through what is happening in your brain, what skills and thoughts you could focus on to help you go from crash or out of control to calm. There is a logical process that you can implement within yourself to help you choose your way to calmness, because it is the prefrontal cortex, the part that does your choosing, that actually helps you move from the amygdala or emotional part of the brain forward to the part of the brain that can feel calm again. Work on your own calmness. Learn the skills that you need for calmness so that you can be that emotionally safe person in your family relationships. I am all about effective communication, making sure that people understand the skills of self-government, how to engage with each other, how to solve problems. I teach a lot of skills like how to follow instructions, accept no answers and criticism, accept consequences, and disagree appropriately. Those are vital skills for having good, solid family relationships and to increase maturity within the family group. But without calmness, those skills can even fall flat. Calmness is one of the most important things that we ever master. So that's why I have a Calm Parenting Toolkit. And right now, I'd like to share that Calm Parenting Toolkit with you for free. So if you go to my website, teachingselfgovernment.com, right on the homepage right now is the Calm Parenting Toolkit. And you can have those 10 tools for calmness for free. It's not an entire teaching self-government training, but it is a great first step on your road to mastering you and having the type of family relationships that you want. Go to teachingselfgovernment.com. I'll see you there.